It's strange how the human mind can adapt to the unnatural, like how I barely flinched when the fluorescent lights in the psychiatric ward began flickering in sync with my heartbeat. My insomnia always made the long nights at St. Helena's feel endless, but recently, the silence stretched tighter, carrying whispers that seemed to know my name. I told myself it was exhaustion, that the shadows trailing behind the nurses were just tricks of sleeplessness. But then I noticed the same faces, impossibly pale, their mouths twisted just a bit too wide, lingering in corners where real patients never went. The first time I saw them mimic someone I knew, I thought it was a trick of the light. Dr. Chen. Her hair exactly right, but her eyes empty as a midnight hallway. "Go home and rest," she'd said, lips barely moving. When I blinked, she was gone, replaced by an orderly who'd been on vacation for weeks. I started keeping track, marking the places where the shadows gathered, by the vending machines, at the far end of the corridor, just outside the locked ward. Every night, they watched me a little more closely, their movements echoing mine with uncanny precision. Sleep deprivation makes you question reality, but I couldn't ignore the footprints that appeared behind me in freshly mopped floors, or the way my ID badge sometimes vanished, only to reappear in my own coat pocket, cold as ice. On my last night shift, the security monitors flickered to reveal a figure standing in the staff lounge, my own drowsy reflection, smiling too widely, waving with a hand that twitched like a marionette. I rushed to the lounge, heart pounding, but found only the echo of my own footsteps and a lingering scent of antiseptic. The next morning, no one remembered seeing me on the night shift. My name wasn't on the roster anymore. But sometimes, as I wander these halls, weightless, untethered, I catch glimpses of a new nurse, eyes bruised with sleeplessness, who shivers when she passes a certain darkened window. I grin at her from the glass, waiting for her to blink.